Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are reviewing the Mercedes GLE 2021. Come here. This is the latest Mercedes GLE, which is the successor of the older ML. The ML was a 250 and a 350, and the GLE comprises of a 300D and a 400D. Let me show you the rear end of the car. So guys, let me show you the rear end of the car. This car looks so nice from the rear. It is so sharp. It looks way better than the ML personally, according to me. Let me show you how the trunk looks like. So it's an automated tailgate. Look at the amount of space inside the trunk. It is massive. It is too good. There is a spare wheel over here, which is again a 19-incher only. Let me close the trunk. The speed of the tailgate, the speed of the electronic tailgate is very nice. It's quite fast. Let me show you the rear seats. Okay guys, let's enter the rear passenger seats. Okay, so the rear passenger seats are very nice. The seat is very cushiony. There is enough leg space. There is good amount of leg space. This driving seat is according to my position, but there is a lot of ample of leg space over here. The seats are low comparatively. They are not as high as other SUVs, but they are very comfortable for a long ride. Then there are also AC vents with personal AC controls over here, which look very nice. So guys, the rear curtains are also automated. Yup, down it goes like that. So guys, let's get driving. So the GLE 300D has a major upgrade from the older GLE 250, which is its predecessor. So in the GLE 300, there is a new cockpit, there is a new speedometer. So the entire display is joint. The entire infotainment system and the tachometer is one single unit, like standard as all the other Mercedes which comes right now. So the GLE is basically the SUV version of the E-Class. Like the GLC is the SUV of the C-Class, the GLE is the SUV of the E-Class. So I have driven the older ML. The ML is the first version of this car, then was the GLE 250, and then was the GLE 300 and the GLE 400 which is one model above this. So the ML was a complete different ball game. The ML was like basically ML was like the older E-Class. So I love this car. This is just the AC vents, the AC placement, the unit placement, the steering wheel. The steering wheel looks very nice. It looks very sleek. It is not a flat bottom steering wheel, but it does look very luxurious. The car is very luxurious. In terms of driving, the car is, the suspension setting basically is soft, but you can take a few corners in this car without any hesitation. So it's tuned to a very nice way. The power of the car, the power delivery is very nice. It is very linear, but if you want the push, the car is going to give it to you. So this is powered by a 2-liter diesel engine, which also debuted in the E-Class and in this one. So this engine produces 241 horsepower with 500 Newton meters of torque. So the torque band is a lot. The power is the same, just comes in after a second or 2 seconds, like all diesel cars. But when it comes in, the torque does hit hard. The torque is very nice. This car runs on 19-incher wheels. So the grip, the stability on highways is pretty nice. So guys, this car is paired with a 9-speed torque converter gearbox. So the shifts in this car are so smooth. They're like cream. They're so smooth. So now we're gonna test the stability of the car. We're gonna take some turns on a high speed to see how good the car is on corners. Okay. We are on 100 and we're taking a turn on 100. Very stable, very stable. It keeps the lane. There is no shake in the steering wheel at all. Zero shake. So if this car performs like this on a speed of 100, then I think cornering in this car is pretty nice. So this car is offered with 3 modes. So this car basically offers 3 modes, which is the comfort mode, the eco mode, and then there is an off-road mode in the car, in which all your 4 tires get the off-road capabilities. The driving position of the GLE is very high. Anyone, even if the person is very tall or very short, I think driving the car is pretty easy. Which wasn't the similar case in the ML. So Mercedes has improved that very nicely, in a very nice way. Right now I'm driving on comfort mode. Yeah, very nice power delivery, very nice push. If you ever want to overtake any car, you don't have to think twice. So this car also offers 3 displays, which is known as the sport display, the progressive display, and the normal display. I love changing these displays and driving. It's a lot of fun to keep changing the displays. So the entire display of the cockpit changes. Right now I'm using sport mode, the sport display. So this car does cost a ton of money though. It is selling for 91.47 lakhs on road Mumbai, the GLE 300D. Is it worth the money? Yes, I think it is worth the money. I think the car has improved a lot. So this car is the perfect blend, because the E-Class is phenomenal and this is an E-Class but on higher wheels, on higher tires, on bigger tires. So this car is luxurious and it is an SUV, so you can take it anywhere and still have the luxury. So there is instant power in the car. If you press the accelerator, the torque comes in very quickly though. It does go up to 3000 RPM, but it takes the torque very fast. So the car upshifts at around 2500 RPM when you're driving it in a normal comfort mode, not driving it with a lot of acceleration, not taking a lot of power from the car. So currently, in real life, real time basis, this car is giving an average of 9.3 kilometers per liter, which is very good for city. For a big car like this, for a powerful car like this, I think it is very good for city. On the highway, you can easily score a 14 or 13 kilometers per liter from this particular car. So this car goes very smoothly over rumblers. Yeah, very smooth over rumblers. So this car does have paddle shifters, which come in a lot of use, I think, if you want to drive the car on a good speed. Okay, let's see. I'm going to downshift. I'm on the second gear. I'm on first gear, second. Okay. Second gear, rev still 5000 RPM, or just around 5000, so around 4800 RPM. So because there's not a sport mode in the car, there is at least a manual mode. So which is pretty nice. Instantaneous power. So let's see. I'm going to change the display to a different one now. Okay, we're on sport. Now we're going to go to progressive display. Yep, there it goes. I love these AC vents over here. I love the fact that there are 4 AC vents, which I think is very cool, and also that they are so nice, sleek. The texture, the wooden texture over here, everywhere in the car, it is so nice. It makes you feel like you're in a more expensive car. So now again we're going to take a small turn to see how the car is. Wow, there is no body roll in the car. The seats are also made in such a way that your body roll is very well contained. You do not move from here to there. Okay, we're going to go slow on the rumblers. So smooth, you don't even feel the rumblers. So much power in the car. Okay, but the car does sound bad. It doesn't sound that good when you try to drive the car very fast. So the car, I mean, it does sound like a diesel engine. The typical diesel engine does sound bad when you're trying to extract a lot of power from it. Okay guys, so the power delivery of the car is so nice and it is so smooth that you don't realize how heavy the car is. The car goes very light. It feels very light while driving. It goes very smoothly. So you do not feel the real weight of the car. Again turning at 100 and it just keeps the lane. It does not even shake a little bit. So you don't feel the weight of the car when you're accelerating. But when I'm going to brake, when you brake the car, you realize that you're in an SUV. You realize it is tough to brake the car. You realize you're braking a very heavy car. So the braking is not very sure-footed as such. But the turning radius, the turning is so nice, so simple. The steering wheel is so light. But it still has a lot of feedback. Even though it's light. Now on a very narrow road over here, I'm taking a nice turn. It just stays on the road. So these bad roads of Mumbai, you cannot feel it inside the GLE. The GLE takes it all under its hood and does not even let out one bit. You can hardly feel anything inside the car. So earlier Mercedes used to offer a bar or an indicator over there, which was basically parking sensor. So and it used to run even when you're driving the car. So not only in reverse, even when you're driving, if there's someone on your blind spot or on the right or the left, it starts beeping. And now they've changed it and they've put it in the mirrors, which is pretty cool. It looks pretty cool to have, lights in the mirrors. I love these buttons. These buttons are so nice. They make you feel like you're in an airplane because it is a cockpit. These buttons are very airplane like. They are very nice to use. They're very sleek to use. There are the AC controls over here, and then there's the hazard light. The steering wheel has touch pads over here. These both of them are touch pads, with which with the right one you can change the display in the tachometer, and with the left one you can change the displays in the infotainment system. There's also one more touchpad in the car, which is this one. With this again you can change the displays of the infotainment system, and this is also touchscreen. So let me start navigation. So this is how nice the touch is. It's very smooth touch. I can also use navigation in the display itself. Yeah, right over here. This is the navigation in the car. It looks so nice. It completely shuts down the RPM meter, but it brings the navigation meter over here, which looks very nice. So guys, I think that is it for today. This is the Mercedes-Benz GLE 300 for you. Thanks for watching till the end. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and see you soon.